Okay, we're going to go 2D. We're going to do a pocket. We're going to select from our library the 1/4 inch end mill. We're going to go to the multi-axis tab. We're going to pick tool orientation. We're going to select this face. We want the Z pointing up. We're going to select an edge here for X-axis, and we want Y pointing at the rotary. We're going to go to geometry. We're going to pull the down arrow, and we're going to go by silhouette. Zoom out so you can see the default silhouette. And we're going to go to just the interior silhouette, so that gets this window here. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to the heights tab, and we're going to set this to model top. We're going to set top height to model top. And then our depth is going to be to selection. We're going to zoom in, and we're going to select the edge of the fillet here. -0.135, so that our cutter is for sure to cut all the way through with the material that was left by the cutter on the sidewall. Now we're going to go to the passes tab. We're going to use morph spiral. Our maximum step over is going to be 0.1. We're going to do multiple depths. 0.125 depth. 1 step down. Finish step down at 10 thousandths. 0 degrees on wallpaper. We're going to use even step downs. No finish passes. We are going to leave stock to leave of 0.01 in radial and 0 in axial. And we're going to select the feed optimization box. We're going to go to the next tab. We're going to keep the tool down. We're going to keep our lead-ins and lead-outs. We're going to get rid of our vertical lead and radius though. It's going to be 0. And everything stays the same on the ramp, except for we're going to change the ramp clearance to 50 thousandths. And we're going to change our ramp type to zigzag and hit OK. Okay, so we've got our ramp going in, and we're cutting well into the part so that we can clear all the material out. Okay, so now we want to move this pocket, which we're going to rename pocket 2. Make sure it says pocket 2, and we're going to move it right below pocket 1. So at this point, this is what our part should look like at this stage. Those are the new routines. Now let's go back to some of these copied routines. This contour 6 is switching to an 1/8 inch end mill. What we want to do is we're going to come in from the side and clean up the rest of this tab. So we did a roughing cut with the 1/4 inch end mill. Now we're going to do 2 finishing cuts. So this is contour 6 and 7. Right click on that, 6. We're going to keep the default tool. Our axis orientation needs to be set, so we're going to select this face as our z-axis. This edge is our x-axis, and it should be pointing to the right towards the base of the rotary. We're going to go to the geometry tab. We're going to do a open chain. We're going to select this arc, this line, arc, line, arc, line. On our pass extensions, we need to set some settings here. They got wiped out when we deleted the geometry. So this is contour 6, and we're going to put 0.25 on our start extension, and our end extension is going to be 0.06, just so we can clear the chamfer. We're going to hit OK, and we need to clear out the previous open chain, which I had left there. We're going to go to the heights tab. We're going for model top, that's fine, model bottom, but we need to do a new selection. Okay, so now we need to select our new point for the depth, and where we want to go is all the way to this point here, and that will give us our depth to clear out all of this material here. And we have our -10 thousandths offset to go a little bit farther. We're going to go to the passes tab. Everything here should be at default. Linking tab, everything at default, and we're going to hit OK. Alright, so there's our 1/8 inch cut that brings the side walls to finished thickness. Now, contour 7 is the same thing on the opposite side of the part. So let's swing this like this. This is how we would see it in the machine. And we're going to right click on contour 7. We're going to edit contour 7. Okay, and we're going to reselect our z-axis. It's going to be this face. And then our x-axis is going to be an edge in line with the side of the part, but we want it to face the base of our rotary. And we're going to go to the Geometry tab and we're going to clear out the existing profile that was selected. And we're going to select a new chain, open chain. We're going to start with the chamfer edge, this arc, line, arc, line, arc. And then we're going to put in our start extension is going to be the opposite of what the other side was. So 0.06 on our start, and on our end is going to be 0.25. So it'll extend those. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to the Heights tab. We can keep all this at default except for we need to reselect the depth. So our depth is down to this vertex here, minus 10 thousandths. Passes tab stays the same, linking tab stays the same. We're going to hit OK. Okay, so now we've gotten all the 1/8 inch cutter work regenerated, and we need to do the additional 1/8 inch end mill work that occurs on this part. So we need to look at what else do we need to do. So we have all these features on the end. We've rough cut through a pocket for this window. We've rough cut around this feature here. We've rough cut out through here. So up to this point, this is what our part looks like. So we need to come in with an 1/8 inch end mill and do some of this detail work. We're going to do contour number 8. So we're going to do 2D contour. We're going to select our 1/8 inch end mill from the library, tool number 4. Keep the default feeds and speeds. We're going to go to our tool orientation. We're going to select this face with Z facing up, and we want x-axis to be edge, and then we want the Y pointing at the rotary. We're going to go to the Geometry tab. So we're going to do the window here. We're going to go to a silhouette. We're only going to pick the inside. Make sure you zoom out to see where it is. It's right there. Then we're going to go to the Heights tab. We're going to leave the retract height at the stock top, but our top height is going to be model top, and our depth is going to be based off a selection, and we're going to select the same edge or point we did before down here is our depth, and we're going to go negative 0.01. 10 thousandths. We're going to go 10 thousandths deeper. We're going to go to the Passes tab. We're going to use Wear Compensation. We're going to select the Roughing Passes box. We're going to do a maximum step over of 0.03, 30 thousandths. We're going ginger on this. We want one finish pass. We're going to come back up to our step over. It's going to be 5 thousandths. We're going to select the multiple depths box. We're going to do maximum roughing step downs of 60 thousandths. We're going to do one finishing pass at 10 thousandths. We rough the final, use even step downs. We're going to check the smoothing box. And we're going to check the feed optimization box. Now we're going to go to the linking tab. We're going to keep the tool down. We're going to set our vertical lead-in radius to 0. Leave everything else at default, hit OK. So here's our cutting through the window. So that should be fully cleaned up. And if it's not called contour 8, change the number to 8. That way if you have to go back to the documentation, it's going to match. And we're going to pull this up and we're going to put it after contour 7. We got contour 8. Next, we're going to clear out the area on this little tab here. So we're going to go to 2D Pocket. We're going to select our 1/8 inch end mill. Keep the default feeds and speeds. We're going to go to multi-axis tab. We're going to check tool orientation. We're going to pick this face for the Z-axis to orientate to. We're going to pick this edge for the X-axis and make sure Y is pointing at the rotary. We're going to go to geometry. We're going to select this surface right here. It looks like a little T. Should highlight 3 edges. We need to right click on this and hit edit and change the extension method to closest boundary. We're going to hit OK. Now we're going to go to the heights tab. I'll leave all the first stuff at default, but we're going to go to model top on the top height. We're going to leave the stock top at retract height high, just, you know, more clearance the better on a 5-axis. And we're going to selected contours. We're going to go over to the linking tab and we're going to check use morph spiral. Our maximum step over is going to be 0.06. We're going to check multiple depths. We're also going to go 0.06 on our roughing depth. We're going to do one finishing step down at 10 thousandths. We're going to check we're not going to leave any stock. We're going to check the finishing passes. We're going to do wear compensation. We're going to do a smoothing deviation of 0.4. Our step over on our finishing is going to be 0.01. And we're going to check smoothing. And feed optimization. We're going to go to the linking tab. We're going to leave most of this at default, and in this case I am going to leave a vertical lead-in distance. We're going to go to a straight plunge, and we're going to leave 100 thousandths for that plunge to come in. Let's hit OK. And so we get our toolpath that's just going to kind of cut in this area here to finish size. Okay, let's rename this Pocket 3. And we're going to drag it up to be after contour 8. Okay, now we need to clean up inside of this region and around this boss piece. So we're going to go 2D contour. Make sure we select our 1/8 inch end mill. We're going to go to the multi-axis tab, tool orientation, pick the face. This gets a little old. And our X-axis is along this edge. Make sure the green arrow is pointing to the left. We're going to go to the geometry tab. And we're going to select the chain of the top of this boss. Make sure the arrow's on the outside of it. We're going to the heights tab. We're going to leave this at stock top. We're going to go to model top on the lead in. And we're going to go to selection. And we're going to pick this face here as the depth. Okay, we're going to go to the passes tab. And we're going to leave compensation in computer. We're going to check the roughing passes box. Our maximum step over is going to be 0.06. Our step over is going to be set at 0.01. We're going to check the smoothing box. We're going to check feed optimization. We're going to go to multiple depths. Our maximum roughing step down is going to be 0.06. We're going to do one finishing step down at 10 thousandths. And we're going to use even step downs. Now we're going to go to the linking tab. We're going to keep the tool down. We're going to get rid of our vertical lead-in radius. And we're going to do a preferred lead-in area because we don't want to gouge into anything. So we're going to select where we've already machined. Okay, so we have our lead-ins, lead-out, laps around the boss here. One reason I'm doing multiple finish passes on here, this is a very delicate feature. We don't want it to tear off from having too much torque on it. Okay, and so this is going to be contour 9. And we're going to drag that up after the pocket 3. 2D contour. Okay, we're going to select our 1/8 inch end mill. We're going to go to multi-axis tab, tool orientation. We're going to select on this face. Z should be in the correct orientation. Our x-axis is actually this way. Y should be pointed to the left. We're going to go to the geometry tab. We're going to select an open chain. And it's going to be this edge here. We're going to be cutting on the left side of it. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to the heights tab. We're going to go from top height being selection. We're going to select the bottom of this pocket. And we're going to go to the selected contour, but negative 0.01, 10 thousandths. So it's going to go down, I believe, to the lowest point on here, plus 10 thousandths deeper. We're going to go to the passes tab. Wear compensation. We're going to check feed optimization and smoothing. We're going to do multiple depths. 0.06, 1, and 10. Even step downs. We're going to do roughing passes. 0.06 step over. And we're one step down, and we're going to come up here to the step over box and 0.10 thousandths there. We're going to the linking tab. We'll leave this all at default except we're going to put 0 in the vertical lead-in radius. And we're going to hit OK. Okay, so we get this curly Q coming in, around, and cutting the back side of this. Now we've already lapped around this above it, so there's not as much material to go as it appears. We're now going to change the name of this operation to contour 11. I drag it up below 10. And that's what our part should look like right now. Okay, so that's the end of the work on the end. Now let's look at the top here. We need to do a profile around the edge of this feature here and take away the extra material that was left by the prior cutters. So we're going to go 2D contour again. We're going to select from our library the 1/8 inch end mill. And we don't need to do anything on the multi-axis tab because this is in the neutral position of the table. So this is 3-axis work. I'm going to go to the geometry tab. We're going to select an open chain. And we're going to select this first radius here, and then all the way around the interior of this feature. Make sure the arrow is on the right hand side. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to the heights tab. We're going to leave it at stock top, but then we're going to go to model top. And then our depth is going to be to this face here. bottom of the window. And for good measure, we're going to go -10 thou. Next tab, wear compensation. We're going to turn on feed optimization and smoothing. We are going to do multiple depths. Maximum roughing step down is 60 thousandths, 1 and 10. Even step downs. We're going to do roughing passes, 0.03 step over. Our step over here is going to be 5 thousandths, not 50. We're going to go to the linking tab, get rid of that vertical lead-in radius. Our horizontal lead-in radius, we're going to bump that up to 0.05. We're going to go at 30 degrees instead of 90. And we're going to go 0.13 as our linear lead-in. And our vertical lead-in will be 0. What we want to do is we want to hit this radius at less than 90 degrees because it's really leading in here, just cutting out the corners and then coming in and get the rest. So we don't want it to gouge when it goes into that. We're going to hit OK. Okay, and so we get this lead in at an angle and it arcs around, slows down, comes in the corner, and is going to clean out this little cutout here. Okay, we're going to rename this contour 12, and we're going to drag that up to be underneath contour 11. Okay, now we're getting down to where we can regenerate some stuff we've done before.